The year was 1994. Spring arrived in Rwanda, but it brought no joy. Instead, a shadow fell, a planned, swift, brutal terror. Neighbors turned on neighbors, friends became enemies overnight. The air filled with screams. Death was everywhere. A season of unimaginable horror began. Over 100 days, that is all it took. From April to July, 1 million lives were stolen. Men, women, children, mostly Tutsi, but also moderate Hutu, killed with machetes, clubs, guns, killed in their homes, in churches and schools. Places of refuge became traps. The rivers ran red with blood. The world knew. Reports trickled out, then flooded. Yet the world hesitated. The UN forces were few. Their mandate was weak. Many were pulled out. Rwandans felt utterly alone, abandoned to the killers, a terrible silence from afar, a deafening roar of violence within. The genocide ended, but Rwanda was a wasteland. Homes were piles of rubble, schools stood empty, or worse, defiled. Hospitals were ransacked, staff murdered, roads were scarred, bridges destroyed. The very fabric of the nation was torn. Infrastructure had simply ceased to exist. It was a country starting from below zero, a landscape of utter desolation. Society itself had crumbled. Trust was the first casualty. How could you trust again? When your doctor tried to kill you, when your teacher incited hatred, when your priest handed over his flock, the bonds between people were severed. Fear and suspicion lingered. The killers were still among them. The victims were their neighbors. The economy was shattered. From $2.5 billion, GDP fell. It crashed to $750 million, a catastrophic collapse. 78% of people fell below the poverty line. Life expectancy plummeted. It dropped to just 28 years. Imagine that, 28 years. Out of such profound despair, a new path had to be found. The Rwandan Patriotic Front formed a government of national unity. The task ahead was monumental. To rebuild not just buildings, but to rebuild a soul. To restore faith in humanity, to give people a reason to live. It seemed an impossible dream. President Paul Kagame emerged, a key figure in stopping the genocide. He became the leader of this new Rwanda. He offered a vision of discipline, of order, of accountability, of progress. He spoke of a future where Rwandans were Rwandans first, not Hutu, not Tutsi, just citizens of one nation. This idea of unity was crucial. Ethnic classifications were officially discouraged. The old identity cards were gone. The focus was on shared nationhood. The work of rebuilding began. It was slow, painstaking, relentless. Roads were repaired, schools rebuilt, homes rose from the ruins. The government focused on stability, on creating a secure environment. This was essential for any progress. Without safety, nothing else could follow. People needed to feel secure, to start investing in their future. A fierce war was waged on corruption. President Kagame made it a priority. Rwanda aimed to be clean, transparent in its dealings. This helped attract foreign investment and international aid, used wisely. Donors saw a country serious about change, serious about using resources effectively. This built confidence, slowly but surely. A reputation for good governance grew. The results started to show. Rwanda's economy began to grow and grow and grow. GDP per capita increased steadily at around 5% per year since 2006. In 2018, the economy grew by 8.6%. Poverty rates began to fall. Millions were lifted out of hardship. The Singapore of Africa. Section 5. Healing wounds, mending hearts, the path to reconciliation. Justice was demanded by survivors. But what kind of justice? The prisons were overflowing. The formal courts were overwhelmed. Rwanda needed something more. Something to heal the deep societal rifts. Not just punishment, but understanding. A path towards living together again. This was perhaps the hardest task, reconciling the irreconcilable. So, Rwanda turned to Gacaca courts, a traditional form of community justice, adapted for an unprecedented situation. Villagers gathered under trees, judges were elected from the community. Perpetrators were encouraged to confess, to tell the truth about what happened. In return, they might receive lighter sentences, often community service, not prison. Over 1.2 million cases were processed. Then came the reconciliation villages, places like Mbio in Nyamata. Here, an extraordinary experiment unfolds. Survivors of the genocide live alongside perpetrators who confessed. They build houses together, they farm the land together, their children play together. It is a difficult daily act of courage, a testament to the human capacity for change. Section 6. The digital drumbeat: Rwanda's technological leap. Rwanda looked to the future and saw technology as a pathway, a tool for development, for progress, a way to leapfrog old challenges. The country embraced the digital age with a vision and a plan to become a tech hub for Africa. This was not just talk, it was backed by serious investment and a commitment from the top. Kigali Innovation City is rising, a $2 billion project designed to foster digital services and cutting-edge education. It hosts a campus of Carnegie Mellon University, attracting bright minds from across the continent. Young Rwandans are learning to code, to innovate, to create solutions. For local problems, for global markets, a new generation of tech entrepreneurs. Innovation is not just abstract, it has tangible, life-saving impacts. Consider Zipline, a company using drones to deliver blood and medical supplies to remote hospitals across Rwanda, when every second counts. These drones fly over the 1,000 hills, bringing hope, bringing healing. This model is now inspiring other nations. Section 7. A healthier future. Prioritizing well-being for all. A nation's strength depends on the health of its people. Rwanda understood this deeply. After the devastation of 1994, the health system was in ruins. Rebuilding it was a top priority. Not just restoring what was lost, but building something better, something accessible to everyone. A foundation for national recovery. The Mutuelle de Santé was born, a community-based health insurance scheme, introduced around the year 2000. It provides universal health coverage for a very small annual fee, around $2 per person. This ensures that even the poorest can access medical care when needed. It is a remarkable achievement, a model for other developing countries. Mental health was a silent crisis. The trauma of the genocide ran deep. Rwanda began to integrate mental health care into its primary care system. Nurses and community health workers were trained to identify and manage common mental health disorders. The number of providers increased from almost none to a growing network, addressing the invisible wounds. Section 8. The land of 1,000 hills, a million smiles. Rwanda today as a tourist haven. Rwanda. The name once evoked images of horror. Today it increasingly conjures beauty, and resilience, and warmth. The country has transformed itself into a sought-after travel destination, a place of profound natural wonders, and a powerful human story. Visitors come with curiosity, they leave with admiration, and a sense of hope. The land of 1,000 hills. It is no exaggeration. Lush green landscapes roll endlessly. Volcanoes National Park is iconic, home to the majestic mountain gorillas. Tracking them is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Nyungwe Forest, ancient and biodiverse, offers canopy walks and chimpanzee encounters. Lake Kivu, serene and beautiful, invites relaxation and reflection. Beyond the natural beauty, there is the remarkable atmosphere. Kigali is one of Africa's cleanest cities, safest, most orderly capitals. The streets are calm, the people welcoming. There is a palpable sense of pride, a quiet determination to move forward. The smiles you encounter are genuine, reflecting a spirit that refused to be broken. Hospitality is part of the culture. Section 9. Resilience forged in fire, challenges, progress, and unwavering hope. The journey of Rwanda is remarkable, but it is not yet complete. The scars of 1994 remain. Memories are long, pain lingers. 30 years have passed since today, May 23, 2025. But for survivors, it can feel like yesterday. The work of healing is ongoing. It requires constant vigilance and a commitment to never forget, while also striving to build anew. Challenges persist, both internal and external. Regional tensions can flare. The poison of genocide denial still exists. Some try to rewrite history, to diminish the suffering. Laws against this are in place, but they must be carefully applied, to protect truth, not stifle discourse. Justice, for some, still feels incomplete, as perpetrators remain at large. Yet the overwhelming story of Rwanda is one of incredible resilience. The Rwandan spirit has been tested by fire, and it has emerged stronger. There is a profound national commitment to never again. This is not just a slogan, it is a lived reality, a daily choice to build peace, to foster unity, to educate the young,